Have you ever noticed how thoughts simply appear, like guests arriving without an invitation? One moment you're washing dishes, walking down the street, or sitting in silence. And the next, you're remembering something from the past, planning something for the future, or worrying about something that hasn't happened. Where do these thoughts come from? And perhaps, more importantly, who is thinking them? You didn't ask for the thought. You didn't try to create it. Yet, there it is, arising all on its own. This isn't a mistake or a malfunction. It's the natural movement of a mind that hasn't yet been fully understood. Thoughts don't need your permission. They arise because of causes and conditions, subtle memories, emotions, sensations, or associations you may not even notice. Like dominoes falling in sequence, one thing leads to the next. Try something for a moment. Take 10 seconds and attempt to predict your next thought. Close your eyes if you like. Just wait and watch. Could you do it? Probably not. Because the very act of watching alters the conditions that create the thought. It's like trying to catch the wind. This reveals something profound. The idea that there is a permanent thinker behind each thought is an assumption, not an observation. Most of us carry a belief in a fixed self, some core identity that is doing all the thinking. But when we actually examine our experience, we see something else entirely. We hear an inner voice narrating our life. We feel emotions, memories, reactions. And because it's all so personal, we assume there's a solid me at the center of it all. But what if that me is just another appearance in the stream of experience? Just as a river flows with ever-changing water, the mind flows with ever-changing thoughts. There's no single drop of water that is the river, and there is no single thought that defines a self. Thought arises. It stays for a moment. Then it dissolves, making room for the next. It's a chain reaction. A memory sparks a feeling, which triggers an image, which leads to a new thought, and on it goes. And when we try to control this flow, when we force the mind to be still, we often find ourselves more tangled, more agitated. Trying to stop thoughts is like trying to hold back a river with your hands. But what if the answer isn't in fighting the current, but in observing it? This is where presence becomes powerful. The simple act of observing, of watching thoughts arise and pass without judgment, without attachment, opens up a new space inside. A spacious awareness that's not trying to fix, not trying to control, just present. This watching presence reveals something truly extraordinary. You are not the thought. You are the one who sees the thought. Let's try this together. For just a few moments, simply observe. Watch the thoughts as if they were clouds moving across the sky. No effort, no resistance, just observation. Do you notice the shift? A small gap may appear, a soft spaciousness. That's where peace begins, not by silencing the mind, but by watching it without getting swept away. Many assume there's a self somewhere behind all mental activity, a thinker pulling the strings. But when we honestly look for this thinker, what do we find? We search through thoughts, sensations, memories, the body, emotions, and yet nothing permanent shows itself, only experiences, shifting moment to moment. The I we believe in turns out to be just another appearance. A thought about being the thinker is still just another thought. When we look closely, we find that what we call mind is made up of various elements: bodily sensations, emotions, perceptions, habits, intentions, and consciousness. These are the building blocks of our inner experience, and yet none of them on their own, or even combined, prove the existence of a fixed, unchanging self. They simply arise, linger for a while, and pass away. Even the sense of "I am thinking" is just another mental event, just another ripple in the stream, not a source, but a symptom. When this is seen clearly, a surprising peace emerges. The burden of always needing to manage, defend, or prove a self begins to dissolve. What's left is space, lightness. Thoughts, like seeds, grow when the right conditions are present. Past experiences, intentions, emotions, and memories shape what arises now. The mind isn't a factory with a foreman. It's a field responding to the changing weather of life. When this is understood, we no longer blame ourselves for thoughts, nor try to cling to them. We let them come and go, like waves on the ocean. And deeper still, behind this movement of thought, is something quieter, something that doesn't rise and fall, a simple knowing, a presence that remains untouched by what passes through it. This awareness doesn't belong to a thought. It isn't created by thinking. It is the open space in which all thoughts appear. You may have glimpsed it, those moments between breaths when the mind pauses naturally, or in awe when beauty silences thought, or in deep attention when time seems to disappear. That clarity is not a product of thinking. It is revealed when thinking settles, and it's always there, underneath. This awareness is like the open sky. Thoughts, emotions, and sensations are clouds. They come, they go, but the sky remains unchanged. This isn't just poetic language. It points to something profoundly real. When we stop identifying with the clouds, we begin to live in the freedom of the sky. And this sky of awareness has a quality, not cold or detached, but balanced and kind. It doesn't grasp or reject. It allows. It welcomes the moment as it is, and in doing so, it remains free. This gentle presence, this equanimity, is not passive. It is a quiet strength, the ground of true peace. Modern science is beginning to echo this timeless truth. Studies show that when we train the mind to observe rather than react, we change its very structure. We respond with more calm, more clarity, more compassion, and the change begins not in controlling thoughts, but in witnessing them. So how do we bring this into our everyday life? It starts with intention, the simple willingness to see, to pause, to notice. Whether you're solving a problem, stuck in a difficult moment, or feeling overwhelmed, there is always the possibility to step back and observe. You can begin with your breath, or by noticing the sensations in your body, or just by watching the mind as it moves. You're not trying to stop it. You're simply watching it with space, with stillness, with a heart that doesn't need to fight or cling. In this awareness, you see that thinking can still happen, but it doesn't have to carry you away. You can allow space for insights to arise naturally. You can respond instead of react. You can move with the current of life without being dragged by it. Thoughts are like tools, useful when needed, let go when not. You don't need to carry every one of them with you. Some will help you cross the river of your challenges, but once across, you can release them. That's wisdom. And when challenges come, when you feel lost in thought, remember, there is something deeper within you. The one who sees, the one who watches, the one who is untouched. So we return to the question, if you're not your thoughts, then who is thinking them? Perhaps the truest answer is not a concept at all. Perhaps it is not something to be answered, but to be discovered again and again in the stillness of your own presence. And in that presence is freedom.